God's temple this afternoon, and he told me that my son would one day overthrow my husband, Governor Branstad of Iowa, and I would commit incest with my son. All I could think about was the saying, I've had the old bull, now I want the young calf. I did not want this to happen, so I called my good friend, Jackie Chan.
I will take Oedipus to the gazebo and throw him off the gazebo into the Mississippi River.
And after that, I never again talked to Jackie.
20 years later,
My husband was killed at the local bar, Main Avenue Pub. The killer was never found. I saw a handsome young man was running for the governor's spot. He was stunning to look at as he had beautiful blue eyes and blonde hair. He swept me off my feet with his beauty. I had to talk to this young man. We clicked and went for a date. Mwah, mwah, mwah. That afternoon, had a great time, and a month later, he became Iowa's governor. The state was doing awful as unemployment rates were at 40% and 93% of the state was on food stamps or WIC. My new husband, Oedipus Thomas, had no clue how to handle this. So I went to talk to God the next day.
I am God.
Sitting in God's temple, I asked him, why have you done this to my people and I?
Remember what I told you 20 years ago.
I frantically started asking questions about my son I had gotten rid of. God had no answer or responses to what I had to say. Aww. I asked my husband where he came from.
I am from Waterloo.
Have you ever done anything awful to get to the spot you are in today?
I have done one thing.
What is that?
I was at some bar here in town, like Main Avenue Pub or something like that, when a man got out of line with me, so I shot him.
Who is this man you speak of?
I do not know this man I murdered.
I start bawling, wah, as I say that was my husband. Oedipus has no response to what I say, thinking this prophecy can't happen. As I had my child assassinated at birth, I tell Oedipus the prophecy that God told me one day my son would return and kill his father and take the spot of the governor of Iowa. I told him it couldn't be true, as I had the baby killed at birth.
Later that night,
I called my old friend Jackie Chan. I told him to meet me at the town square with my husband. What did you do to the child?
What child?
My child that I paid you to get rid of.
Well, I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I gave him to some family in Waterloo. I met this man at the gazebo where I meet him every year at that time. He was on a fishing trip. I gave him the child. I'm sorry.
I don't know what to do. Oedipus thinks he has killed his father and poked out his eyes and shot himself in the leg. Oedipus bleeds out and dies a few days later. Losing my family, I don't know what to do. I go to therapy, but a week later, I hang myself from the American flagpole at the courthouse.